Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm sharing my final thoughts on Battlefield 6 and explaining why it's not worth buying. First off, a quick intro for context. I've been playing Battlefield since Battlefield 4. BF4 was my first love in this franchise. Then I went back to BF3 and enjoyed it like hell. I also played Bad Company 2 years before BF3-4, but only single player, and it wasn't an official copy, LOL. I own every Battlefield game since, except Hardline. I still remember they used the same exact 3D weapon model and texture from BF4 in Hardline's first beta. I honestly laughed so hard when I saw it. Over the years, I've watched Battlefield YouTubers who've been at it for over a decade, some still grinding Battlefield 6. However, I'm not a fan of how some influencers push their opinions and steer the franchise in a brain-dead direction. That's another topic though. Let's dive in and explore Battlefield 6's serious issues. 1. Class system. A brain-damaged mess. Let's start with the class system. Back in Battlefield 3 and 4, we had 4 classes: Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. Each had unique gadgets, like the medic crate for Assault or the ammo box for Support. It was a classic first-person shooter PvP setup, but it had flaws, like unlimited gadget spam. Assault's medic crate made them crazy popular since they could heal endlessly. The old DICE, not this new crew, tried fixing this in Battlefield 1 by introducing a standalone medic class, bumping the total to 5 classes. It felt weird at first. 4-man squads turning into 5 felt like someone crashed your party, LOL. But it balanced things out, and I didn't hate it. Fast forward to now. The OG DICE and Frostbite engine devs are gone, and the new DICE, led by ex-Call of Duty devs, rebuilt the class system. You'd think sweet, back to 4 classes like the good old days. Nope, it's become a brain-damaged disaster. In BF6, the Assault class can now carry an extra primary weapon, a shotgun that one-shots people. Seriously, what were they thinking? In older Battlefield games, only sniper headshots or special weapons like a 50 cal could one-shot. Even Apex Legends nerfed the Kraber to avoid one-shot chest kills. This shotgun's damage is cranked to around 120 instead of 75. It's absurdly broken. Recon class, they can recharge C4. I laughed so hard when I saw this. In classic Battlefield, you got 4 explosives, and you had to resupply via Support's ammo box or a supply station. It encouraged teamwork, you know? That thing EA says Battlefield is all about, right? LOL. Now, Recon is a one-man army, but what's even worse? Their sniper scope glint is like a kilowatt flashlight, blinding everyone in the lobby. Devs thought this would fix camping snipers, but it's a laughable brain damage solution. Plus, other classes can use sniper rifles now, so anyone can camp on a hill. We'll get to weapons later. Support class. They've got the coolest NATO character models, I'll give them that, but their supply crate is straight up OP. It drops unlimited ammo and medical supplies. Soldiers can shoot forever, get healed in 2 seconds, and jump back into the fight. It's a camper's wet dream. Engineer class. They can recharge rockets, so teamwork's out the window here too. I do like that they can carry 2 launchers to tackle both ground vehicles and jets. But here's another laughable design. It takes 2 rockets to destroy a UAV. Really, they'll dust your shot, LOL. Oh, and let's not forget Battlefield 4's hidden 5th class, the pilot. When you spawned in a jet, you wore a pilot suit with just a pistol. It was dope and realistic. It showed that Battlefield isn't just on the ground, it's in the air and even on the water. Battlefield 6 though? No pilot subclass, no naval maps or battles. It's become a Call of Duty clone, obsessed with fast-paced copycat gameplay. 2. Weapon system. Short-sighted execution. Battlefield 6 went with an open weapon system, meaning no class-locked weapons, sort of. Assault can use sniper rifles, Support can grab assault rifles, you name it. Sounds cool, right? Nah, it's a mess. I'd pick class-locked weapons any day. Why? 2 words: identity and proficiency. Soldiers have specific roles and train to master their gear. A sniper isn't built for close quarters combat because that's not their vibe. But in Battlefield 6, this system throws that out the window. Don't get me wrong, I like the variety and want to carry 2 primary weapons like in Apex Legends, but Battlefield doesn't need such a design. Once again, Delta Force does this better. In Delta Force, other classes can use a limited selection of assault rifles, but the best ones are locked to assault operators. I think this is a very good design choice. Here's how I'd fix Battlefield 6's weapon system. Assault class. They can use all assault rifles, but no sniper rifles. Recon class. They have all sniper rifles just like before, but can only use 1 or 2 B-tier assault rifles. Engineer class. They can unlock all SMGs, but only 1 or 2 assault rifles. Support class. They own all LMGs, but can only have 1 or 2 SMGs and no assault rifles. Yes, no assault rifles, because they already have infinite ammo with no penalty to weapon handling or control. Besides the class-specific weapons, here are my ideas for other weapons. Players can unlock all carbines and DMRs for all classes. But here's a little change compared to BF3 or 4. The best DMRs are only available to the Recon class. Shotguns are for all classes except Recon. Recon gets a shorty shotgun as a secondary instead. The Assault class will have the best shotguns. For proficiency, add RPG-like perks. Assault class takes less explosive damage, tougher soldiers. Recon class sprints faster, takes less fall damage, but is weak to fire damage. Speaking of fire damage, I think the stun effect should be removed. Instead, add a new EMP grenade that has a stun effect and slows down the enemy. I'm surprised they didn't add EMP weapons or gadgets. Engineer class self-repairs vehicles, carries extra grenades. Other classes cannot self-repair. They must exit the vehicle to repair. Support class, double ammo capacity, or 150 pers, but can only pick one gadget, medic bag or ammo box. Since we're changing this system, the supply station should be back. I'm surprised they removed this. I know there's a repair station in BF6, but it's really bad. I made a map review for BF6. One of my criticisms is that the objectives have no military value. I'm not the only one with this opinion. Battle Nonsense has stated this issue as well, just so you know. The lack of capturing value was already an issue in older Battlefield games like 3 or 4. If you played them, you may have similar feelings. When changing the weapon system, the maps need to be redesigned to be more objective-oriented. Here are my ideas. First, if you capture a flag or sector, your team unlocks a supply station that the enemy team can't use unless they capture it. Also, your squad mates can carry 50% more ammo. Second, when you successfully defend a flag, you unlock a UAV right away. When a team holds 4A5 flags, the enemy team loses a flag, and a new flag sector becomes available. They just need to add some linear experience from Operations Mode to Conquest. Attack Defend should be more rewarded. This would make the game more team-focused, balanced, and fun. Now, let's move to weapon customization. Oh no. It's a nightmare, literally. In BF6 you get 100 points to spend on attachments, but it's a frustrating design. Say you want a magazine that costs 35 points, pushing you to 105. Now you're stuck swapping other attachments to stay under 100. It's a tedious loop. Some might like it, but it's a massive time sink. Attachments should have clear pros and cons, like in Delta Force, where they affect handling, recoil, and control. That encourages diverse builds based on map needs. You don't need to do the math to decide which one to put on the weapon. Another big bummer. They ditched the quick attachment swap from Battlefield 2004-2. Press T to change mags or optics mid-match. That feature gave so much freedom in combat and saved time. Now, you're stuck with your loadout, and you have to leave the match to customize the weapon. They're not improving at all. Laugh my ass off. It feels like we're back in Battlefield 3's clunky days. 3. Progression system. Nothing new, nothing cool. Battlefield 6 has no server browser or player stats page like Battlelog from Battlefield 3 and 4. Battlelog let you track progress and flex your stats. Now, everything's locked behind the match end screen. It feels like nothing's happening. Pure frustration. Another issue. You can get stuck playing the same map over and over. In the Week 2 beta, they added a custom map filter, but it's buggy. I kept loading into maps I didn't select because no servers were running my picks. Haha, even more frustration. Compare that to Arc Raiders Player Hub, where you meet NPCs, upgrade your safe house, and tweak gadgets. It feels like an adventure with RPG vibes. Battlefield 6's progression is just a brain-dead PvP grind with no soul. 4. Environment design. A massive downgrade. After 16 hours of playing, one word sums up Battlefield 6's maps, environment, and atmosphere. Downgrade. Yes, a big downgrade. No AC-130 gunship. No airships flying over mountains. No 64 players parachuting off skyscrapers to RPG entire buildings. No slick vehicle animations. No vibrant skies or lush rose fields. Instead, we get recycled concrete, random containers, and low-effort houses built to be destroyed. It's a far cry from Battlefield 1's epic vibe. 5. Destruction. Lame and overhyped destruction in Battlefield 6 is very weak and not improved. I might be the only one calling it out. Here's why. Cheap design. Buildings are small, so they're easy to destroy, but it feels low effort. Less clutter, sure, but it sacrifices quality. Paper explosions. The destruction looks like a paper simulator. There's an explosion scene from BF6's reveal trailer. It's a straight rip-off from Battlefield 4, by the way, and the explosions are just 2D papers flying around. They're single-sided meshes with simple white textures, not 3D objects. Rocks, wood, and dirt should feel solid, not like confetti. 10 years, and they still can't fix this. Partial destruction issues. Only parts of buildings break, exposing new angles where enemies can snipe you from corners, especially on Gibraltar. Annoying as hell. Unimpressive scale. No skyscrapers collapsing. No map-wide floods. No epic bridges falling. Just small buildings with lame explosions and cheap paper scatters. Even Battlefield Hardline did destruction better. Other FPS games like The Finals from X-Dice devs, now at Embark Studios and Delta Force, have stepped up. Their destruction feels real, with advanced calculations for dynamic environments. In Battlefield 6, it's predictable and feels like a rigged election, brain-damaged and uninspired. 6. Clunky designs, laughably bad. Let's get spicy. Here's some brain-dead nonsense in Battlefield 6, Engineer's RPG. It has a 0.01 medium blast radius. Miss a shot, and it might not explode or just bounces off like a dud. Hilarious and infuriating. Defibrillator, no charge indicator. So you're stuck in a revive animation only to fail because it wasn't ready. Older games had a clear charge sound and mechanic. Simple, effective. BF6's defibrillator is just brain-dead. Smoke grenades. They pop like frag grenades, complete with red damage indicators and explosion sounds. A former Air Force soldier on Garand Thumb's YouTube video called it out.
All right, smoke grenade. You know, in the game, like, they just explode smoke outwards. But in reality, they take a little minute to kind of cook up and start putting out some good smoke.
Real smoke grenades take time to cook and spread. Battlefield 6's smokes are basically frag grenades with awful particles and sound. A smoke grenade should feel like one, not a knockoff explosive. EA's QA team, oh wait, they shut it down years ago, clearly didn't test this. Battlefield isn't armor, we know that. But why did they remove the animation when throwing a grenade? I've watched real footage of soldiers practicing with grenades. They treat them very carefully. In Battlefield, grenades shoot out, not get thrown out. It's a copy from Call of Duty, but done worse. Once again, Delta Force does this way better. Players hold the grenade with both hands, ready to move the safety and throw to the target. This was in old Battlefield games. Why did they remove such details? Oh, I don't need to know why, because I've lost interest in this franchise. Haha. I really don't like how they keep removing the good things and adding bad ones. There are probably 50 more issues, but let's not waste more time. Battlefield 6 is a big letdown. The Call of Duty devs running the show aren't improving it. No Frostbite engine upgrades, no new game modes, a ruined class system, a brain-damaged weapon system, and a UI UX so brain-dead it feels like it was designed by a toddler. All these issues tell you one thing. Battlefield 6 is not worth your money. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you found this helpful, and subscribe for more. Bye.